Chapter 1957. Cynthia really didn't expect that what Don Stevens said before would turn out to be true. She wanted to find Alex's preferential treatment conditions, but instead of giving her any favor, Alex not only ignored her but also directly lowered her daily food standard from 50 to 30. At this moment, she felt the same pain as Mrs. Richard had experienced before. If she had known it would turn out like this, why had she bothered to put on such an act? Don Stevens glanced at Cynthia, who was crying, and sneered, "What did I tell you? I said Master would definitely lower your food standards, but you just didn't believe it. Have you accepted it now?" Cynthia's face turned black, and she didn't speak. She dared not argue anymore, because she realized she had already said too many wrong words. If she said a few more, she might really have to live every day on nothing but steamed buns and pickles. Seeing that she no longer dared to resist, Don Stevens smiled and said, "Ms. Anderson, enjoy your good time here for 7 days. There's nothing more for me to do, so I will leave first." Cynthia glared at him fiercely, but when Don Stevens left the room, she couldn't help bursting into tears. She immediately took out her phone and made a video call to Minato, her father, who was far away in East Cliff. As soon as the video connected, Cynthia cried bitterly and said, "Dad. Alex, this be starred, humiliated me in every possible way. Look at what he did to me." With that, she switched the camera and showed him the condition of the room. Minato hadn't expected Alex to be so cruel to his own aunt, directly arranging such a miserable environment for her, and he felt somewhat dissatisfied in his heart. He sighed and said, "Alex is indeed a bit excessive. After all, you are still his aunt." Then, after another sigh, he spoke more seriously, "However, Alex is of great use to the Anderson family right now. If he returns to the family and marries the Moon family's daughter, our strength will immediately increase significantly. And if he can also manage the Su family girl, it would be even more perfect." Hearing her father's sigh, Cynthia suddenly recalled what Alex had said to her on the helicopter, that the heavenly kings of the Whale family had all died at his hands. That Orin, who had been on the verge of death, had been reborn because of him, and that the series of earth-shattering events involving the 3 major families in China some time ago were all personally carried out by him. The more she thought about it, the more Cynthia felt that Alex's strength might far exceed everyone's understanding. Her heart trembled, and she murmured inwardly, "These things must never be known to Father. Otherwise, he will value that starred Alex even more. I, Cynthia, cannot let him return to the Anderson family under any circumstance. If he does, then I will have no place to stand in the Anderson family." So she quickly said aloud, "Dad, let me tell you the truth, Alex is a cold-blooded, heartless man without any affection. You think that just because he has Anderson blood, he should return to the family, but in his eyes, blood ties mean nothing. Look at how he treats me, his own aunt. If he ever returns to the Anderson family and even slightly feels dissatisfied, he might drag the entire family into disaster." Minato fell silent at once. Cynthia's words made him alert, for everyone hopes their clan can have a capable general, but the most realistic issue to consider is whether they themselves can suppress that person.